Hello everyone, Suresh KP from myinvestmentrideas.com. Today we are going to discuss about Gland Pharma IPO. Let's talk about what Gland Pharma Limited does. Gland Pharma is based out of Hyderabad and one of the fastest growing generic injectable companies in India. This company manufactures products like sterile injectables, oncology and ophthalmics, complex injectables, etc. Company sells its product in 60 plus countries across the world. That includes US, Canada, Australia, India and Europe. Currently it has 7 robotic manufacturing units across India, which comprise of 4 finished formulation facilities, 22 product lines and 3 APIs. Let us check about the quick overview about the IPO. The IPO is going to open on November 9th and it's going to get closed on November 11th. The face value is rupees 1 per share. The IPO price band is 1,490 to 1,500 per share. And if you see, the issue size is very large. The total issue size is 6,479.5 crores, comprising of fresh issue of 1,250 crores and offer for sale of 5,229.5 crores. And the IPO lot size is 10 shares and in multiples of 10 shares each. It's going to get listed on BSE and NSE. Now let us talk about the objects of the issue. It has 2 objects. One, the offer for sale, where the promoters are going to sell the shares and company is not going to get any money out of this OFS. The second objective is a fresh issue. Company is coming up with a fresh issue and that will get utilized for incremental working capital requirements and any capital expenditure requirements and other corporate purpose. And coming to the promoters of the company, Industrial Private Limited and Shanghai Fosun Pharma are the company promoters. Let us talk about the company financial performance. If you see the company's strong revenue growth in the last 3 years, and if you see the margins are also improving. If you see the FY20 margins are at 27.9% compared to FY18 margins of 19.2%. Its EPS for FY20 is 49.88 and the last 3 years average EPS is 38.11. Let us talk about some of the key strengths of this Gland Pharma. It's an extensive and vertical integrated injectable manufacturing company which has a good track record and diversified B2B led model across the markets and complemented by the targeted B2C model in India. It has a good track record of growth and profitability with a diversified revenue base and healthy cash flows. Let us talk about some of the strategies which company want to implement in the coming years, which can have the impact on its revenue as well as the margin. It want to expand the product portfolio and deliver systems to drive revenue growth, and it want to continue to invest in the manufacturing and related technologies to meet the future demand, and it want to align with Shanghai Fosun Pharma to increase its market share, and it want to continue to focus on the cost management. Now let us talk about some of the reasons why we can invest in this IPO. One, Gland Pharma, fastest growing high complex generic injectable manufacturing company. Its products are sold in 60 plus countries across the world. Company has been posting strong revenue and margin growth in the last few years. Now let us talk about some of the risk factors in this IPO. Chinese promoters on the board is a major concern, where there are border tensions in the last few months between India and China. And if you see, this pharma industry is heavily regulated industry, so it requires several approvals, licenses, permissions, registrations. If at all there is any change in such regulations, then there could be delay in the approvals, which can impact its cash flow and the results of the company. And the company's success depends upon the major arrangements, business arrangements with the key marketing partners and customers. If any of such arrangements are terminated for 100 reasons, right, then it can have impact on the company business. For complete internal and external risk factors, you can refer the RHP of the company. Now, how to apply this IPO? You can follow simple steps. You can log into your Demat account, visit IPO section, check the Gland Pharma IPO link and click on the bid and set the quantity and the appropriate IPO price and then submit. Now let us talk about the valuations of Gland Pharma IPO. On the upper price band of rupees 1500 and the EPS of 49.88 for FY20, the P works out to be 30x. Similarly, in the last 3 years average EPS, if you check it, the P ratio is at 39.3x. Means companies asking the issue price of 1500 in the P range of 30x to 39.3x. There are no listed Ps who are doing a similar business, hence we cannot say whether the issue price is underpriced or overpriced. But considering the P of 30x to 39x, definitely we can say the IPO price is highly priced. Now let us talk about the conclusion part. Should you invest in this Gland Pharma IPO? Gland Pharma is one of the fastest growing generic injectable manufacturing companies in India. It has posted strong revenue growth in the last 3 years. Its margins are also improving year on year in the last 3 years. But if you come to the IPO issue price, it's highly priced. Chinese promoters on the board would have negative sentiment in this IPO. So while fundamentals are looking good, investors should think whether it is worth paying a higher price for this IPO. Generally, I would like to wait for some price correction. Please stabilize the India-China border tensions before investing in this IPO. If you have any queries, reach out to me, Suresh at myinvestmentedge.com.